Now I'm going to demonstrate the Energy Justice Network MAP Communities website. We use this website to encourage groups to network with each other and to track proposed and existing dirty energy and waste facilities primarily in the United States. This is our homepage, energyjustice.net/map. Here you can see there's a navigational menu. You can log in, you can sign up. We really encourage people to sign up and to take responsibility for facilities in their area. And we'll give you control of that information. And also if you sign up, you'll be able to see a lot of additional information which is not available publicly, primarily people and groups fighting these facilities. A lot of that information we keep private, whereas our facility information is entirely available to the public. You can see some new facilities that have been recently updated or added. You can see a featured facility of the day, defeated coal power plant, 456 megawatts, located in South Dakota, and it has two groups that are fighting it, or that did fight it since it's defeated. Now there's several different ways into our information on facilities. One of them is the My Community map, and you can just type in your zip code, or you can go to your state, or you can go to your country. Another one is a national map. So we'll try out our zip code. This pulls up a map of facilities located in the Philadelphia area near 19143. And here you see facilities of all types. So the letter on the marker tends to represent the type. So W does wind, S does solar, G does gas, L does landfill, O does oil, N does nuclear. You can, it's obviously a Google map, so you can, zoom in. And there's an oil facility that's closed by the Philadelphia International Airport. You can change, different layers. You can share this on Facebook. You can share it on Twitter. You can create a tiny URL, and if you just copy and paste that URL, and you can send it out in an email to a friend or by other methods. I'm going to go ahead and click on Remove All Layers. Because often having all those layers is confusing. So here, one of the most powerful features on our website is the map layer system, and you can hide it if you want. But here you can choose to add and remove layers of information, facility information to the map. So here we're looking at all coal, and the other thing, the color of the marker is used to demonstrate the status. So green is operating, orange is proposed, yellow, gray is expanding, red is closed. And you can choose to add like an entire layer of markers, like all the gas plants, or I could just choose to add the operating gas plants. Now you could, again, I could create a tiny URL, and I could share this with my friends. And now you can click on a plant, and it will give you some basic information like its name, its location, its type. And then if you click on this, you will see we have a web page for each of our facilities. So this is an operating gas plant running 225 megawatts of power. Its location, it opened about 1990. It's getting water from the Delaware River. If you had an account, and you were fighting this facility, we would let you log in to edit this entry. And you could add pictures, you could add links, you could add resources, you could add files, you could add posters, you could add scientific studies, whatever you wanted to, really. If you don't have an account, you can still make a suggestion, which will go to our administrator system, and they'll share it with their friends. They'll decide whether or not it's important. Here we have three. I think we have three different units. And this is more information about the units, and you can click on there for more details. Yes, we have 3 generators. 2 of them apparently are both generator number 1, which is thanks to our government data source. And it tells you the type. It's an internal combustion engine combined cycle. Status history includes things like proposal dates, construction, operating, closed, and fuels and products. Sometimes this is mostly fuels and sometimes products. Sometimes facilities run multiple fuels. Here you can see it's owned by Sunico, and if you wanted to, you could click on Sunico to see their information. You can see a map of where it is. Now another way to look at our information is our national map. And this is a blank national map of the United States. And you can add and remove layers there. So, operating nuclear power plants, coal power plants, gas power plants. There are 1,600 gas power plants in the United States. That's a lot of them. You can also see proposed plants. So, proposed and expanding nuclear power plants, kind of scary. You can also share this with your friends. Another cool thing on this map is we have a bunch of data from the census and from other sources. So this is median household income in the United States by county. Here you can see the poverty in Appalachia. And you can combine this with other layers. So you could see oil power plants and poverty, for instance. One of our main goals is to point out of the Energy Justice Network is to point out the discrimination in the location of facilities. Facilities are often located in lower income and people of color neighborhoods, and people need to be aware of that. The census information is from the 2000 census, but we'll add the 2010 census when it comes out. This is African American population. We have several renewable or so-called renewable energy layers. This is biomass potential by square mile in the US. And here you can see a lot of biomass potential: Iowa, southern Minnesota, Illinois, Indiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, and some other parts of the southeast. This is from government data. So here what you could do to make an interesting map is you could put proposed biomass facilities on top of biomass potential. And you can see that a large part of the West doesn't really have any biomass potential, and there aren't any proposed biomass facilities there. We have some other layers which are kind of slow, like our wind. Let's see if we can get this to work. Yeah, wind potential for this is the northeast, or the west and the east, and the Midwest part of the United States. And these markers are color-coded based on how much potential wind power there is. We have some carbon emission data. This is carbon emission data per capita. And actually a lot of the carbon emission data is the highest in places that are involved in mining and resource industries. So that's why you see Wyoming and Utah. We'll be adding additional layers in the future. One of the things we hope to do is to get census data down to the census tract level. So that you'll have a better picture of the community that is right adjacent to the facility, within like a mile or so of the facility. Another feature that we have is that you can find information by doing a search. We have 2 different types of search. We have a basic search and an advanced search for facilities. There are also searches for people and groups, which make a lot more sense if you have a user account and you have been approved to join the website. So here we have a basic facility search. You can type in things like the facility's name, the company that owns it or operates it, city, state, zip and a radius, facility type. So let's look at natural gas power plants that are proposed and that have opposition in the entire United States. And this shows us a list of natural gas power plants and possibly also showing us some LNG terminals. You can find out more information about them if you want. One of the cool things here is it gives us the information in a table format. And this table can be copied. It can be turned into a spreadsheet. It can be turned into a PDF. It can be printed. And it can also be sorted. And if there are more than 20 results, you can go from one page to the next. You can also, if you want to look at a specific facility, you can see it like that. There are a lot more features on this website that we don't have the time to get into. One of them is you can see our campaign status. We are tracking the number of numbers on things like how many biomass incinerators are operating, about 370. How many are proposed? We've got about 100 proposals that we know of. How many are closed? 96. How many of those closures were due to activism? We have 21. Coal power plants, we have operating about 600, proposed 142. So this is the Energy Justice Communities Map website, and I'd really encourage everyone to sign up and get involved in building this resource. We rely upon regular people like you to help us fight the power plants and to maintain accurate information about them. If you have any questions, you can contact me. My name is Aaron Kreider, and my email address is aaron, AARON, @energyjustice.net. Thank you very much. We're shining at night.